Less than a week to go to Black Friday and a new batch of Record Store Day releases. This time a smaller selection, only 200. Around the April period you get with Record Store Day 400 releases. I'm interested of course in getting a Tangerine Dreams live box set. I also reviewed one of the earlier releases on this channel as well. Aside from that, I saw a Moxie single from ODB that I definitely want to get. So I'll probably be lining up Black Friday at one of the local vinyl stores. Who knows, maybe we'll see each other there. For this video, I want to look at some of the past purchases that I did for Record Store Day releases. I think I started around 2024 with attending them and really like this hype event for the vinyl community. It brings out a lot of fans of different genres, and what we all have in common is that we want to get those records that are either reissues or exclusives for Record Store Day. In regards to the ones that I purchased from prior years, this one was a highlight in terms of the hip-hop genre with Mobb Deep's Free Agents Volume 1. For me, the second best Mobb Deep album after The Infamous. I think there's also a Survival of the Fittest from that album on this. As you can see from the hype sticker here, it's a Black Friday Record Store Day release. Definitely want to check out in case you haven't already. ODB was mentioned. I also picked up the instrumental version of Return to the 36 Chambers, classic hip-hop album by ODB. I think the regular version was also released as a picture disc with Record Store Day, and he appears to be a fixture with all of the Record Store Day albums. Another older one that I missed out on but was lucky to find because it was also out of print, The Movement by Inspectah Deck, second solo album after Uncontrolled Substance, sticking with Inspectah Deck and Wu-Tang, but expanding a little bit with 7L and Esoteric. Czarface, very cool concept of like a comic book mix with hip hop, basically replacing the Asian culture thing with comic books that Wu-Tang did. Czarface book and record set. I even number my Czarface releases because else I can't keep up with the order of them. I think I'm around 15 already. And yeah, it's just great to have these exclusive releases as well. This one got reissued recently. I think this is an original pressing. I really like Czarface. Their second to last album, Artificial Intelligence, was also a Record Store Day exclusive. Same for the instrumental version. Gets the most playtime from me. And the last one they did was good, but I'd have to place it behind Artificial Intelligence, Stress Eater. So this time I don't think there's a Czarface release in the Record Store Day Black Friday ones, but they appear a lot, so definitely keep an eye out for them. The last hip-hop title that I'm gonna put up here is Cypress Hill, the 420 remixes, a 10-inch vinyl, and this one has How Could I Just Kill a Man, Alchemist and Beat Butcher remix, and Hand on the Pump, which is a DJ Mox 2022 remix. As you can see from the hype sticker, this is a cool exclusive one to have. I like when they do remixes or new versions of tracks that I already like. And DJ Mox is definitely one of the hip hop producers I would put in the top 5 next to DJ Premier, Reza. Going on to the more electronic genres, Jamiroquai, Automaton. Great album, remains one of my favorite albums that I listen to. Start to finish, I think from the older Jamiroquai stuff, I have like a compilation that I listen to on the MP3 player. And they are also, same like ODB, a fixture with the Record Store Day releases. This one is another one that I got. I was lucky to find it in that 50s store in Den Haag. I'll post a photo of when I visited, I think it was a couple of months ago. The entire row of vinyl you can see on the floor are all Record Store Day releases they had from prior years. I think I spent like 5 to 10 minutes on the floor going through all of them. It kind of also shows that not all of these releases are going to be immediate sellers. You see definitely after each Record Store Day that some of the vinyl stores contain a lot of stock. Usually you can tell from the selection ahead of time which ones are going to be the desired collectibles. That's part of the game as well. Keeping up with electronic releases, this time Fatboy Slim, one of my favorite tracks of his, Bird of Prey, and I would say songs overall. I really like this song. I recommend you check it out and also watch the video for this, which is amazing. And again, from his album You've Come a Long Way, Baby, Right Here, Right Now, was also another cool release for Record Store Day with a color vinyl this time. Another cool release this time, moving on to the soundtrack genre, is The Hitcher by Mark Isham. Cult movie, cult score in my opinion. Great that it was reissued, as I collected soundtracks on CD but never was able to find this one because it was sold out and went for like insane prices. This is remastered amazingly. I think I played it already like 20 times. The score is very moody, synth. It has some action cues, of course, for when the Hitcher strikes. With the fall and winter period, it's also a favorite one of mine to just put on a Sunday afternoon. And in that regard, this Record Store Day exclusive, the X-Files Truth and the Light by Mark Snow, is another great one. I think one of the first CD soundtracks that I purchased. I was sad to hear that Mark Snow passed away earlier this year. This album, alongside I Want to Believe, the second X-Files movie that he scored, is probably the one that I listened to the most. I was also glad that he was able to still work on the last two seasons of X-Files and a lot of the music that has been released later on. Very sad to hear of his passing, but yeah. I would say definitely check out this music, as in terms of television scoring, it's one of the best, alongside, I would say, Angelo Badalamenti of Twin Peaks. This really changed the game in terms of TV scoring. Another soundtrack release that's a little bit of an oddity in terms of genre, especially given the controversy of the movie, Cannibal Holocaust by Riz Ortolani. Also great to have this one. I think I might have also ordered it from the 50s store that I mentioned earlier. Riz Ortolani, again, I was lucky to meet him in person in Ghent at the World Soundtrack Awards. He passed away a year later. Iconic Italian film composer, did so many movies. Everyone always talks about Ennio Morricone, but Riz Ortolani, Pino Donaggio, Stelvio Cipriani, a lot of those composers are also worth checking out. And this one, despite the controversy surrounding the movie, is a very memorable theme, a memorable score overall. So another great Record Store Day release. I think it just shows the variety of releases and titles that you can find. One of the things that I did want to address with this video as well is a trend that I'm seeing lately with the Record Store Day releases, and that's live albums put out on vinyl. And for hip-hop genre, it's not really a success, especially this album. So you get this great package, you get the mention of the singles, you get the color vinyl, but if you put it on, the sound quality is terrible. If it's not worth owning in terms of music quality, I think they shouldn't even put it out in the first place. I really like listening to the music as well, and I wasn't a fan of how this sounded. So also beware of some of those exclusives that they put out, because it's not always up to par with the rest of them. That said, I still think there's a lot of goodies to be found. Let's count down the time to Black Friday, and who knows, maybe I'll catch you around as well in one of the stores. Take care and thanks for watching.